Welcome to the breakdown for August 25th, 2020. This is the show where I'm breaking down today some of the more interesting stories I found around the web and give you my opinion on them. Now, if you want to learn more about these stories, I put a link to each one of them down in the show notes. If you like stories like this and you want to learn more about them, don't forget to follow me on Twitter over at LukeBK. It's Twitter at LukeBK. I'll put a link to it in the show notes there also for more stories. If you're new here, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Hopefully we can help you get a laugh, learn something new. All right, let's start off with everybody's dream job, getting paid to do nothing. A German university is giving away several grants for doing nothing. They call these activity inactivities, where some lucky people are going to get $1,900 to do nothing. Now, we've all dreamed a job where you basically did nothing, get paid. Maybe you've had a job where you felt like you were doing nothing all day and still getting paid for it, bored out of your mind. But here you can actually get paid for activity inactivity, which I kind of thought was an interesting name there. But if you want to learn more, maybe be one of the lucky people who gets it, check out the show notes down below. Now, speaking of work and retail and all that fun stuff where you may feel like you're actually doing nothing, Black Friday may be the latest casualty of the pandemic. Several retailers will reportedly start their holiday sales early this year as they move away from Black Friday to try to avoid large crowds lining up at their doors when their limited capacity and pandemic measures are in place, preventing them from being able to handle these large crowds that usually flock to Black Friday sales. Now, increasingly, Black Friday is turning into more of an online event. I know 90-some% of my holiday shopping is now online through different places, Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, and more. So let me know, are you still somebody who enjoys going out? I have friends that absolutely love that. They love making a list of stores and heading out there and having the whole 3 a.m. experience the day after Thanksgiving. With most retailers now announcing that Thanksgiving they'll be closed all day, no more 6 p.m. Thanksgiving Day sales, it seems like Black Friday as a whole may just be kind of becoming a thing of the past as Cyber Monday overtakes it. Now, Cyber Monday is still happening. I really don't think it's what it used to be. The joke was that people would wait until Monday to go do their online shopping because their workplace had better internet. Nowadays, most people probably have better internet at home or even on their cell phone, let's be honest. Most companies' internet is not the greatest quality. But with that happening, more companies moving to longer sales, more online sales, Black Friday kind of becoming a thing of the past. So, sad note for anybody who was a Black Friday fan, but it is kind of going away. Now into what may be everybody's worst nightmare, a Detroit woman who was pronounced dead woke up recently in a Detroit funeral home. Yes, after being declared dead, after having all the paperwork done and having the body sent out to the funeral home, one Detroit woman was later woke up. A 20-year-old woman on Sunday morning, paramedics with the Southfield Fire Department responded after receiving a call about an unresponsive woman. After being there, she was declared not breathing and dead. Later to just find out that she was, I guess, unconscious in a coma and woke up again at the funeral home. Now, this is something that has long been an issue, mostly in historic times. Remember, there was even a time where there was an idea of putting bells in cemeteries with strings that went into coffins so that if somebody passed away or they thought they did, they buried them, they could ring the bell if they woke up. Let me know if this is like your worst nightmare, waking up in a funeral home with everybody thinking you passed away. But if you want to learn more about that story, read more details, a link in the show notes down below. All right, the pandemic has also claimed one other well-known, well-loved slogan. KFC is pulling its finger-licking good slogan over coronavirus fears. Now, it's very interesting to have this happen because so many people out there are now very paranoid about what they're touching, what they're eating, and are their hands clean. KFC has kind of said, this may not be the best time to be using finger licking good as their slogan at this time. So they're retiring it. Who knows if it will come back? For now, KFC is just saying the slogan felt, quote, a bit off. in this current time, in this current world. Kind of can't blame them. I mean, honestly, in 2020, everything is just kind of different. It's a great slogan. I'd be shocked if it doesn't come back soon. But have you noticed any other big changes like this? Have you noticed any companies changing their slogans or more, or how they operate to reflect the current pandemic situation? I really did think it was interesting to see finger looking good be yanked. It's just been such a long-term slogan out there. So let me know what you think. All right, good news for millions of Americans. This week, you're probably going to either get a check, or if you have direct deposit, if you can set this up, you should, you're going to get a refund from the federal government for interest. Now, this is interest of money that was owed to you but not paid, so they counted some interest. It's not going to be a ton for most Americans. I think I read most Americans $10 to $18 kind of range on their interest for their loans there, but they are going to have that come up for you. So if you missed out on getting your refund when you should have because IRS wasn't printing checks, some of their staff wasn't coming in during this whole pandemic, good news, you may be owed some money there for that. So let me know, did you get impacted by it? As a business, we were still, we sent everything in on time and we have to pay. So unfortunately, I'm not getting anything as a small business. But let me know if that impacts you. All right. So in Florida, get ready for this. They are releasing a ton of flies. Genetically altered flies are being released into the wild out there by the hundreds, thousands actually, in order to try to help crack down on the fly problem, on the disease problem in Florida. It's very interesting. These are genetically modified flies looking to crack down on it. Sounds like the start of a good horror book or a horror movie where something's going to go terribly wrong, but actually it turns out that this practice is extremely common with a lot of people doing that, where they go out and they release genetically modified flies or other diseases or animals to try to crack down on ones that are leaking out all the bad stuff out there. So keep that in mind. If you are a Taco Bell fan, got good news. They have a brand new Taco Bell store coming out. Their new store designs that you're going to see in new places and remodels will include some popular things. It sounds a lot like a Chick-fil-A, to be honest with you, and a McDonald's a little bit, but I'll get to the Chick-fil-A aspect of this. So the big difference here is they're going to go with 2 drive-through lanes for ordering, which is becoming very popular at a lot of fast food joints. Getting the orders in quicker means they get more time to process the orders and get them ready for you. They're also going to go to the bellhop model, having actual humans out there to take orders, interact with the guests in a very Chick-fil-A manner. Chick-fil-A was one of the big ones to really push this, but the idea of whenever possible having humans out there instead of a computer screen or more. I thought that was rather interesting as they work towards it. But let me know, do you think that having 2 lanes is helpful? Do you like having a human right there at the window to take the order? Leave me a comment. All right. Japan has a National Ninja Museum that unfortunately has fallen victim to crime. The National Ninja Museum was broken into with about $9,000 US worth of money taken. I'm sure the temptation to dress like a ninja must have been overwhelming, but somebody was actually brave enough to break into the Chinese National Ninja Museum there for that. Next story up, a man in, I believe this was New Jersey, has filed a lawsuit 12 years after during a kickball game at a summer camp, he fell over and chipped his 2 front teeth. He's claiming that this has led to a huge amount of mental and physical anguish, expensive dental bills, and more. He is arguing that the counselors were not qualified and they were inept in basically their supervision of the kids to prevent him from falling and chipping his 2 front teeth. So he is suing now in his 20s for what happened when he was 8 years old back in, it says 2009. I'm not sure if that number is correct. It says he was 8. It's been 12 years. Wouldn't that be 11 years? Or am I doing my math wrong? I don't know. It's 2020, 2009 seems like 11 years ago. But he is suing for what happened back then. In a case that's going to be very interesting to watch. Going back that far, can you even track down the counselors? Are there going to be witnesses with actual memories? So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. Will it just be settled to get it out of the way? We'll find out. All right, a Florida man has been arrested for attempting to cash a stolen lottery ticket from the same store he stole it from. Now, I remember when I worked in college, I worked at a gas station, and one of the things I learned real quick is those tickets are actually tracked. If you steal them, they can know exactly what ticket numbers were stolen and deactivate them. And actually, you're supposed to actually scan them and activate them there before you hand them over. At least in Michigan they do this. I can't imagine it's too much different over in Florida. But this man broke in, stole a bunch of lottery tickets, and attempted to claim a winning ticket at the exact same store he broke into. The criminal of the week, we may call that one. All right, and lastly, in what may be an ultimate attempt to get back at John Oliver, a city is striking back after he made fun of them on his show by naming their sewer plant after John Oliver, the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant in Danbury, Connecticut. So this may be the ultimate spite move by a city, naming their sewer plant after somebody who gave them a little bit of a hard time on TV. So let me know, have you ever seen a city do something very spiteful to somebody, a resident or anything like that? Let me know if you got something better than naming your sewer plant after them. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really does help us. You can follow me over on Twitter, LukeBK. I'll put a link to it in the show notes for even more stories like these that I talked about here. And subscribe for regular videos like this one and some others. As soon as the whole back to school thing is over, I hope to kind of ramp up production a little bit more. Not once my kids are back in school. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday. Hope you all have a fantastic week, no matter what day it is. I'll talk to you all in just a couple days.